Hey everybody.
Hi!
The Pearsons are back.
Go down. Okay.
Yeah, I'll hold them.
Okay.
The Pearsons are back.
Well, this one wants me.
Oh. Both
Hi,
puppies.
friends.
This is Bravo.
This is Bodie. And they are the best.
They are. You're so sweet. Mommy and Daddy gotta talk to the camera.
Okay.
So we have a lot to catch up on.
We
the
really
past 2
do,
weeks.
yeah.
Like I started thinking about it and typing up some reminders of everything that has happened the past 2 weeks, and it's a lot.
What all has
Starting
happened?
with your birthday.
Yes, my birthday.
Tell them about your birthday.
We went to Seattle and we went to
Anna Cortez.
Yeah, but I was talking about the game. We went to a baseball game and
A
we went
Mariners
to
game?
a Mariners game. We went to bookstores, and then we went to Anna Cortez and got on a ferry and got on a boat and went on a whale tour. And we didn't get to see any orcas, which was like heartbreaking, but we did see a gray whale, so I don't want to be like too picky. But we saw gray whales, so that was really cool. But orcas are my favorite. Whales are my favorite animal, but orcas specifically are my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have to go back
Yeah,
for sure.
that was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
And we saw a bunch of sea lions.
Yeah, and an otter.
Yeah.
And a deer.
Yeah. And we learned something about deer
Yeah.
up in the San Juan Islands.
Which is really, really cool.
They've adapted to be able to swim between islands.
Crazy.
Who knew deer could swim across
Right?
ocean, like miles and miles to get to a different island?
That's crazy.
That is so
They
crazy.
can, though. That's what we learned while we were there.
We're going to show some of Kelsey's birthday trip at the end to show like the whole process of getting our car on the ferry and how beautiful it was out on the water and all of that.
And a whale. We'll show you a
Yeah,
whale.
and a whale, a gray whale.
Yes.
They're important too.
Yes. And
Speaking
you got lots
of,
of questions. Oh, what?
well, speaking of the Mariners game, the Mariners game was the first time that I used the men's restroom.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
Yay,
I did it,
you
and it went great.
Huh?
We didn't have it planned
No.
when we went there that was going to be the first time.
Yeah, some people ask that.
I just had to go, and we were walking around before the game, and Kelsey was like, well, go ahead. Because I feel like every time I tell you I have to go to the bathroom, there's like this pause where we look at each other like, what are we going to do? And so we had that pause, and she was like, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah.
And I went for it, and it was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Bravo.
We usually have the doggies locked up because this is what he does. I can't, but...
Your brother's right here. I think he's looking for Bodie. He is. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Bodie's right there.
You've got lots of questions that you were going to answer this week.
Yesterday, I just finished my 12th shot of tea.
Mhm.
So my first full prescription is over, and I actually had my first blood draw to check my hematocrit, like my red blood cells, and to check my levels of testosterone, and both are within completely healthy ranges. So that's great.
That's amazing. So you're able to just stay at the dose that you're at. Is
Yeah.
that what that means?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm on dribbling. I have been on, I get asked this a lot. I take weekly shots every Thursday of 0.25 milliliters. And so that's just the dose that I was started on, and that's the dose I've been on. And I'm not sure if my doctor is going to raise mine up. It's kind of up to me because my testosterone level was within the healthy range, but it was on the lower side. And so I actually just asked a question. I haven't heard back from her yet, but just asked if maybe I should go up a little bit. So we'll just wait to see what she says. But yeah, that's what I've been on. And let's see. I have a bunch. I didn't know if you wanted to give an update on...
I have no update on my book so far. The first one that I've sent off to publishers. So one publisher has my full manuscript, which they're reading over, and then they'll tell me if they want to work with me or not. So we're waiting for that. But while we're waiting, I started writing my second book. and I started like 5 days ago, and I'm at 10,000 words already.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so.
She is like super excited about this one, which is
Yeah.
making me even more excited to read it.
I know.
Like the first one was amazing,
Thank
but I
you.
feel like you have like even more excitement and passion about this
I don't
one.
know. I'm really excited about this one.
Do you want to give like a teaser of what this one's about?
It is two girls who are pageant queens, sorority girls, and they have been rivals since the day they were born because their moms were also rivals in the pageant world and sorority world. So they grew up basically competing against each other. They're only like weeks apart in age, and they're following in their mom's footsteps, and they get stuck rooming together during sorority recruitment. So, yeah.
Juicy.
They find out they have more in common than they knew.
Lots of drama.
Yeah, drama.
I have a surgery date.
I didn't know you were about to say that.
I know. I told you there's just so much to share
I
and
know.
talk about.
Yeah.
I have a surgery day, and as of right now, it's set for September 10th,
Yes.
which is like tomorrow, basically.
The countdown has begun.
And I'm also on the wait list for if anyone cancels,
Yep.
like sometime in August or something, that I could get bumped up.
Yeah.
So, but even if it's just September 10th, like I'm so
Amazing.
excited.
Can't wait.
Just absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that kind of like leads into, I have a whole Q&A session planned that I've gotten lots of questions about. I did an Instagram like story thing where people could submit questions. So make sure you're following me there. So when I do those, because that's kind of where I get my questions from.
Yeah.
This is in no particular order. I just kind of chose a random number.
I can't see that.
I can
so
see
if it's
it.
anything for me. Okay.
Has your skin and hair care routine had to change due to more oil or grease? Yes, not necessarily my hair, but I wake up every morning and my skin is much oilier than it used to be. But I'm taking really good care of my skin, and mainly like I use Dr. Zenovia's Hormonal Dermatology products, which is perfect. I was actually using that before tea, but now I'm like even more like neurotic about my skincare routine using those. And so I can put those products. I think my description of this video is going to be really long because of the questions that I'm answering, because of like what I'm doing and using and stuff. So I'll drop those below. But yeah, I'm taking really good care of my skin, and so far have managed the breakouts so far. So, question 2: how much have you noticed as far as body fat redistribution and muscle growth goes? I feel like I actually noticed differences immediately. Like in the first couple weeks, I noticed that my hips were a little bit smaller. Genetically, my family, we just have love handles and hips, so it just is what it is. I try not to stress too much about that. But I did notice that my waist seemed to be a little bit smaller, and my shoulders broadened out, and my neck is thicker.
When you look at pictures of you right now versus pictures of you before testosterone, it's crazy to me.
I laugh so hard when I look at older pictures of me now, because I had this like image in my mind of what I looked like. I thought I was like this like big muscular badass, like maybe not like 3 months ago, but like in my like prime fitness days, like I thought I was like way bigger than I even am now. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Like I was a scrawny little thing. So that's been really cool to see, of just like my shoulders growing out, my back filling in, and I don't know, what have you noticed?
You're definitely thicker. Like your arms are thicker, your shoulders are thicker. Like I just feel like I don't know, like today I told you I came down and I was looking for you. And At the gym. And you are a boy, but I like looked over you and then was like, oh my gosh, that's my husband. And then I was like, you look just like a boy. Like you are a boy, but I can like see it.
I'm
now.
passing more.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Like your body shape.
Yeah. How are your parents reacting these days? So I still have not talked to my dad, And on Mother's Day, I went back and forth like days before Mother's Day what I was gonna do.
Because we hadn't heard from your mom.
Yeah, because I haven't heard from anybody. And so I was like talking myself in and out of calling her or texting her or anything. And as of Mother's Day morning, I was like, no, I'm not gonna say anything because I haven't heard from them. And then I went to the gym, and after the gym, I just thought about it, and I was like, well, I'm just going to FaceTime her and just gonna rip the Band-Aid off to be the first one to reach out. And so I did, and it was very awkward. I, said Happy Mother's Day, asked what they were doing, and they were actually in the car driving. And so, my sister's in the back seat, my dad's driving, but I'm talking to my mom, and it was awkward. I wasn't really asked how I'm doing or what's going on with my transition or anything like that. I was kind of just offering up the information, and at that point I hadn't had my phone consult with my surgeon yet, so I told her that was going on, and she said to let her know when I knew my date, because she knew after I talked to him that I would have my date within a couple weeks. And basically after that phone call, I have heard nothing. And I actually texted her 2 days ago now and said, hey, just want to let you know that my surgery date is September 10th. Would love for you to be there. And I have zero reply. So I'm kind of mad that I even reached out, honestly, because you told me to tell you when my date is. I tell you and I get no reply. So to me, that sounds like no support. You don't care. You're not going to be there, and you're not even going to try, and you don't even have anything to say to that. So I don't know. I feel like we're still in the same place, honestly. And I know that I feel like you get happy if I reach out and try to keep the connection there.
For you though, but I do. I mean, yeah, I think I'm more upset about it than you are almost, and I try not to say when he reached out, I try not to say I'm proud of you, because then that sounds like I'm only proud of you if you do what I want or whatever. But I'm also proud of you if you choose to not say anything because you're not being supported. I mean, it's plain and simple. If you are not calling him Luke, if you are not using he, him pronouns, if you mess up, it's okay, but you automatically try to correct yourself. If you're not communicating with him, he's changing every single day. And so do you want to
or even on the phone, she was saying I'm trying, but I don't know how she's trying in any way. I don't know how.
Unless she's internally trying to accept it herself. But as far as showing you that they love you, they are not trying.
No, and I mean, I would expect something followed by that statement, I'm trying. This is what I'm doing. Have you changed my name in your phone? Are you referring to me as Luke and he, him in conversation? I got tagged after that phone call. Me and you got tagged again. We're back in the family. We got tagged again in Facebook posts that have nothing to do with us, which is
great,
fine.
Because we were always tagged before, and that stopped after you came out as trans. You stopped tagging us, and now we're being tagged again.
But we're being tagged, but there's no engagement on our posts and stuff. It's just expecting us to see, what everybody else is doing and engage with what they're doing, and we're just going to pretend nothing's going on with me.
Or even just picking up the phone and texting you or calling you. It's really not that hard. If you don't want to talk about the transition stuff, you don't have to. You can just ask, hey, how's your day going? How's work going? What are y'all doing right now?
I don't know, because
on social media.
I don't know, because that might bother me too, honestly.
But
because this is major, I want to be at least have one question towards that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I feel. It's just, I guess that's where disappointment at its root stems from, of what I would do
expectation
in that situation. Whenever you get disappointed on something, because what you would do if you're in that situation.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what bothers me the most. So my aunt and my Grammy and my cousins and my older sister have all checked in on me, some more times than others, but as far as my parents go and my other two siblings, it's just been crickets. It's been frustrating. The silence is really frustrating, and it makes me mad, and it makes me not want to reach out and update them on anything because it feels like they don't care, because otherwise they would be reaching out to me. So it's really put me in a hard place of, do I continue to try to give them updates and let them know that they can still be a part if they want to make amends? Or do I just like go about my everyday business like I have been and just wait and see what happens? I don't really know. I feel like the longer the silence is, it's just going to be more awkward, and it's going to be harder for them to understand and come to terms with the changes that are happening, because they're not being a part of every step along the way. So that's been hard, but you know, I am thankful for my Grammy and my aunt and my older sister for checking in at least sometimes. You know, some is better than none. So
you tried reaching out to two siblings, and they at least responded with like a love you and miss you, but then nothing more, like no questions, no phone calls, no anything like that.
Yeah, I sent them both a text and said, hey, just wanted to let you know I miss you and I love you, because I was in a really good mood that day, and I just decided that I was going to be a good person and reach out, and I did get the very bare minimum response, but literally no follow-up text, nothing since. So I don't know.
And they hadn't spoken to you since you told them either. So it was like you reached out, you got that, and then you still haven't heard.
Yeah.
No further communication.
I don't really know what to think about it, but my happiness and my joy in this transition doesn't depend on any of their support, honestly. Like, I'm doing this for me, and I wish that they would want to be a part of, you know, the joy that this is bringing me and be a part of the journey, to be able to witness the whole transition, but they've already missed so much, and so I don't really...
we don't know if they're like following along online, and so maybe they're not technically missing it. You know what I mean? Like we just don't know, because they don't communicate. We have no idea.
Yeah. So it doesn't keep me up at night. I'm happy. So, I mean, I would hope that they would want me to be happy.
Yeah.
So, if you're watching this, I'm happy, but I would hope that you would want to reach out to your child, because I'm still the same person on the inside. And you are my parents. You are my family. So, if you are watching this but you're not reaching out to me, it's really annoying. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, yeah, anyways. What are you most excited about post-op top surgery? We talked about this a couple days ago. Like, I don't think I'm going to be someone that's going to cry when I wake up. I mean, maybe I will, but I feel like it's just going to be like a relief. It's going to be like, finally.
Like, that's what it was supposed to always look like.
Yeah. Like, I feel like this, I'm going to see myself. Even post-op, I'm not really going to see my chest. I'm going to be in a binder, but I feel like it's literally going to be a weight off my chest. It's going to be like, this is me. This is how I've always been. So
I'm probably going to cry.
Yeah.
I'm 100% going to cry.
I don't know what I'm most excited about. I guess just for the day to be here, to be post-op and to be healing. And I'm going to be excited about the healing process. And just like, you know, taking that time to just soak the whole experience and part of this journey in, and just reflect on like all the people that helped me do it and helped me get here. So, and that's, you know, many of you who are watching this. So thank you again. Have you noticed people treat you differently now that you've been on T for a while?
I feel like you've gotten not necessarily treated differently, but like strangers, you've gotten like have fun man, or like guy, or like more masculine terminology is being said to you by strangers. Like entering the game or at the gym or wherever it may be. Yeah,
actually that's kind of what I think put us in that mindset when we walked into the Mariners Stadium, was like everyone that we encountered. Oh my gosh, the ticket!
Yes, I just thought about that too.
So when we got to the game, we didn't have tickets yet, and so we walked up to the kiosk ticket counter or whatever, and we were about to pay, and you could tell it.
Okay, so she asked for his license, but his license.
That was really southern.
License.
License.
How do you say it?
License.
She asked for that, and so Luke was handing her his license, and she looked at it, and so we haven't been able to change his license yet, so it still says his old name. It still has platinum blonde long hair, and she looks at it, and she looks at me. Like, he handed the license. She looks at it, and she looks at me, and she looks back down, and she looks at me, and she like laughs.
Like thinking that her hair's changed.
My hair
like
is
she's
changed. She was like, whoa. And I was like, yeah, I know.
That was great. The best part was that it didn't register with me until like 5 seconds after we walked away. I was like, oh, she thought that was you.
She thought you handed my license. And so then she handed it back, and we got our tickets. But I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was great.
There was that, and then going through security, it was like, enjoy the game, man. Like, whatever. And I was like, I love it here.
Yeah.
Like, so that's been cool. But mainly that's right now. Because, I mean, we're not, like, seeing a lot of people or going places a lot.
And our friends that we do see have been, like, unbelievably supportive since the second you came out. So.
Yeah, so not too much difference yet. But maybe, like, as everything starts opening back up and we start going places again.
Yeah. Which I guess I have, and I might have said this already before in a video, I'm not sure. But I have had moments where, like, for instance, I was at the nail salon getting my nails done, and the woman asked what I was doing there because we were in Bend, and it was for your tattoo appointment, and we had, like, a work trip, and you were getting your tattoo. I was at the nail salon, and she asked what I was, like what we were doing in town. And I said, well, my husband's getting a tattoo right now. And, she just started talking to me, oh, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, that is so weird, because there was a time when for a split second I went through, do I say my wife, or do I just not say anything at all? Like, do I say my wife is getting it? Prior to him coming out as trans, there was always that, like, split second of, I don't know this person, I don't know how they're going to react, what do I say? And I didn't have that at all. I just automatically said husband, and that felt like some privilege right there.
Yeah, that is true. That's a whole other
topic, but yeah, very weird feeling. And then to just know that I'd be accepted immediately. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that's gonna take getting used to.
Yeah.
I want to know more about all of the trans-focused products you've been using.
Ooh.
Well, trans-focused products.
Is your beard a trans-focused product, or is it just for? Okay.
I think the main trans-focused product that I'm using is the Dopp kit that holds all of my, like, shot supplies.
It's so cute.
And it's trans-owned, and the company's called Stealth Bros. And so you can find them on Instagram. But yeah, like, he's always dropping, like, really cool color combos and stuff. And I actually just got a new one.
It's really cute.
But yeah, it keeps all my supplies organized, and it's
made
easy
specifically for that.
Yeah, it's easy for traveling. Did you expect to get facial hair so soon? I don't know if I think I was optimistic, but also at the same time didn't really have expectations.
Were you, with all the love, you already had a bit of a mustache that you would shave. So there was already a little bit of hair there.
I would already shave here.
And so it's definitely thickened.
Yeah.
A lot.
It's like 10 times thicker.
And you had, like, a few little tiny hairs that would poke up right here, and now you have, like, all these peach fuzzies.
Yeah, so I feel like my body's, like, finally giving me that vitamin T. Because my natural testosterone levels were already, like, at the highest.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I feel like since I've started shots, my body's been like, finally, here we go.
And I'm starting to see, like, little bitty fuzzies all right here. Ow, baby. Little bitty fuzzies all up in here. So that's fun. But these are getting so long. I'm not going to lie, when we were I think it was in Seattle, I was like, maybe you should shave.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. And I was like, I'm sorry I said that.
We're going to keep it going.
Yeah. It just gets kind of, some are getting kind of long. And I'm like, it's going to be uneven, right?
Well, we'll
but
wait
I don't know
till
how
the,
it works.
right now it's not like this is all thick and black. And
That's
it's
true.
obvious.
And even if it was, it would look perfect and it would look amazing. And
oh, nice recovery.
I know, thank you.
Nice recovery. How do you deal with transitioning so publicly on social media? Well, it starts with having the support that I do at home in this one, that I feel, supported and loved no matter what. And I think I don't know. I know my community on here, like my social media family, if you will, has been with us for 5.5 years. And I felt like, yes, I know that there are going to be some transphobic people. Whoa. There's going to be some transphobic people online in general, but the good always outweighs the bad. Mm-hmm. And I know that it's worth being visible and documenting this journey publicly, to the best that I can, because there's not enough of that.
Yeah.
And, it's worth dealing with transphobic people that think they're so original with their comments. Like,
it doesn't faze him at all.
It doesn't.
Like, literally at all.
So
it makes me more mad than it does him.
It does.
I end up fighting with people.
And I'm like, don't waste your time and energy. Like, that's time away from me that you're sitting over there, dishing them back. But no, I love that. I appreciate that. But yeah, like, I feel like it's one of my greater purposes, honestly, because this is who I've always been, and it feels like life is beginning in a lot of ways. And I feel like that, my life has purpose, and a lot of it has to do with being trans and
being openly trans.
Yeah, and being visible and speaking my truth and talking about, this story and the struggles that come with it, with family, with social media, with, just the struggles of being in transition, just talking about those. I, hope that helps others.
Wait.
I hope that helps others feel less alone and maybe can relate to my story. So it's worth it to me.
It's totally worth it.
It's worth it to me. And so many of you have been so supportive and loving and helpful, honestly. So.
And we can handle the hate.
Oh.
For the little bit of hate that we get, we can handle it.
Like, literally. It makes me laugh, like, the transphobic comments. They're all say the same thing, and they think that, I'm like, ooh, burn. She. Or, like, they drop my dead name. Ooh, cool. Ow, hurts. Like, come on. Or, like, they're so worried about what's in my pants. Or, like, whatever. Like, man, those are all the same comments being recycled over and over again. Like, come up with some original content. I don't give a fuck. Oh, I guess the next question was, how do you deal with transphobic people?
There we go. You
Honestly,
ignore them. You block.
I block. Like, I honestly, if you drop a transphobic comment, like, not even just disrespectful, but just straight up, like, you're trying to harass me for being trans, block. Like, it takes 2 seconds for me, and then you're out of my mind. Like, it's done.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend time, like, going back and forth in comments. The old me would have done that.
Yeah.
And now look at you.
I know. So it's weird. On Instagram, I'll just block. If it's on TikTok, I'm about to freaking roast you. Like, I'm not going to quit. We're going to keep going until... Because on TikTok they say things that are just like they think, it just makes me so mad. Because if anyone sees it, they think they're spitting facts, and I'm like, that's not factual. That's your opinion, and they state it like it just makes me mad. So then I want to debunk whatever they said with like actual evidence or whatever. But maybe I'll just start blocking.
I just block and repeat.
Yeah, I do on Instagram.
It's
for sure.
like just for my sanity, because the old me used to do that.
I know.
I'll go back and forth till I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now it's just.
Yeah, you're good with it.
It's just so much easier to block. I love blocking, honestly.
I block some people. It just depends on what the comment is.
And the best feature that Instagram just finally rolled out.
Yay!
If you block someone, you now have the option to block any future account they create. So they can't just create a new username and come back to your page and harass you.
Yeah,
because that was happening to me. And then finally, in the midst of it happening to me, it was block all accounts that this user might create. So, yay.
Good job, Instagram.
Good job, Instagram. So that's how I deal with transphobic people. Well, has your sex drive / yours and Kelsey's sex life changed, and how so? I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. My libido is unfucking real.
Yeah.
Like,
it is.
Pun intended. Like, yes.
Also, our sex life has changed, as in the fact of the way that we have sex.
Yeah.
So.
Our sex life is great.
Yeah.
So.
We're doing good. I'm gonna pause this video real quick.
Look away.
Can I make animal noises?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like testosterone has definitely increased the pleasure that sex brings me.
Oh, it has the pleasure too?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes. Which I think, like, it's a cycle then, because it feels so good, and then it's like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's just like...
And then when your wife looks like this, I mean...
Who can blame him?
I mean, what are we gonna do? Each other. Are there any changes you've experienced that you're not a fan of?
You think that you've been stinkier sometimes?
Yeah, there is, like, managing that, which I've been good. I've tried.
But I haven't noticed,
deodorants.
and so I think that says a lot.
That's good.
Because it's just something you're noticing, so I don't feel like you smell.
My pee smells. Like, I noticed that
smelling your pee
immediately after starting testosterone. My pee smells, and I was like, oh God, I have man pee now.
Like asparagus?
No, it's its own thing, and I used
Just
to
man
always notice it, like, with my guy friends in school and stuff, and it's a whole thing. It's and then just like natural, like, body odors, I feel like I get stinkier faster than before. Like, my deodorant doesn't last as long.
Okay.
And I wake up every morning smelly.
I don't smell you, so again.
Yeah, it's like one of those, like, I smell different, and so, like, I constantly am, like, smelling it. I'm like right now I smell good, like, deodorant's working. But yeah, definitely stinkier. So far, that's really the only thing that I'm not necessarily a fan of, but we're managing. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Had any panic moments that you made the wrong decision? No. The only time I was panicking was when I was first coming out and I was waiting for that letter to arrive to my family. And that was just because I was scared of it just all being real and it being out and to my family, and scared of their response and all of that. But literally, as soon as I saw delivered that the mail had arrived to them, I didn't have that feeling anymore. So, and no way, in any way, shape, or form do I have any panic moments like I'm gonna regret it or anything at all. Like, this starting my transition has affirmed everything I've ever believed and more. Like, this is who I am, this is who I've always been meant to be. And every single day and every single change is just making me happier and happier and happier. And, like, I can't believe that I lived so many years without being Luke.
Yeah, me either. And I think the split panic that you had was also common, because I did the same thing when I came out to my mom. I came out and then immediately took it back and was like, well, maybe I'm not. I think it's very normal to be, like, scared of the reality of coming out.
That was one of the only times in my life I've actually had a panic attack. Like, I was having trouble sleeping because we expected the mail to be there the next day, and it took 4 days. So night after night I was having trouble sleeping, and I would wake up, like, if my phone lit up, thinking I was getting a message, and my heart would just be racing, pounding out of my chest.
But
that's normal. No. Yeah, that's normal for people to come out, because that was my first time coming out.
It was your first time coming out.
What has been the most exciting part of your transition and why? Honestly, just all the changes. I think day after day really, but week after week, it's really cool to look back on pictures and videos and hearing my voice and just thinking about like the evolution that's happening inside me, like not just the physical changes but like the mental and emotional and spiritual changes too, and just how the world's making more sense in my view now. It's cool. It just feels like life's making more sense, so I feel like that's my favorite part of transition so far.
I love that.
Do trans men have to stay on T the rest of their lives?
That's a tricky question.
It depends.
Yeah.
Because not all trans men or women want to take hormone therapy. And I think a lot of people forget that is not everyone who's trans wants to have any kind of surgery or take any kind of hormone.
Yep.
For me, I will be on testosterone the rest of my life. I don't know if it'll be once a week the rest of my life, but as far as I know right now, yes, the rest of my life. And that is a very small price to pay to live my life authentically and happily.
Yeah.
And the last question, are you comfortable with your body in transition, or are you just focusing on the end result? That's a really good question. I am comfortable with my body in transition because I think that if I had pre-transition decided, had the opportunity of like going to sleep and waking up completely transitioned, that would take away so much of the joy and
like experiencing every new hair and
I feel like I get to go through the puberty that I wish I had now, and with a whole bunch of life experience under my belt. So like think about when you're 12 and 13, 14 and you're going through puberty, like you have no life experience. Like you don't understand anything that's going on in the world. And now like we got married and like we've traveled, internationally, and we've, just done so much, and I've learned so much just on my own even before you. Like there's just so much I'm taking into this new life that is really cool. And I think like transitioning later in life isn't celebrated the same way as transitioning younger, but it's just as beautiful and just in a different way.
Yeah. And we have your binders, and we have things that make you feel very like comfy and confident right now in the place that you are until we can get to the next step and the next step and the next step. And I think that we're taking all the steps that we can to make you feel confident right now.
I guess that would be a trans specific product.
That's what I meant.
My binder.
Just anything that,
My binder. Excuse me. I have, I talked about in a previous video, but the binder that I wear is from GC2B. And I just have like it's like a mid-length one. But they have ones that are like full length, racer back, like all different kinds.
We have one that's in black and then one that's in
nude.
Nude.
Yeah. What else, Bubba?
Is that all of our questions?
Yeah. I felt like I breezed through them. Did I rush?
No, you did great. No, not at all. I think that was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's still day by day, week by week. We're counting down the days to your top surgery now.
Now we're going into June. It's Pride Month, and so
we have
be working a lot.
Yeah, lots of work.
Which is great. We're thankful for all the companies that pay LGBTQIA plus creators.
Yeah.
And that's how we make a living, is partnering with brands that we align with our values and who value the LGBTQIA plus community as well as creators of color.
Yeah.
If you are a creator and you're in the LGBTQIA plus community, or you're Black or Latina or whatever, make sure that these brands are paying you what you're worth.
Yeah.
Because if they're not, they're taking advantage of you.
Yeah.
But especially those in the LGBTQIA plus community for Pride Month, don't be accepting free stuff. Because brands are going to be trying to send you free stuff all the time.
Brands they want diversity on their pages and things like that, but then they don't want to pay the same that they would pay another creator that has the same amount of followers as you or whatever it may be. Or they want to for instance, all year long, they don't have any room to work with influencers, but then all of a sudden in Pride, they send us a message and want to work with us during Pride, but they're not going to pay us, and they're not going to, they're only donating to LGBTQ, to the community, like, for 2 weeks or something like that. Just like be very mindful if you're a creator. Yeah, be super mindful if you're a creator, and if you're not, like, if you're someone that supports us, know that, like, we are not going to share a company that we do not feel aligns with our values and that we do not feel is supportive of our community, is supportive of the Black community, is just supportive of all minorities.
I mean, it's. I will say it's hard for us to vet a company like 100%, but we really try hard to see, like, at least on their social media, see diversity and representation of all different types of communities. But yeah, so, you know, we are super thankful for brands that, you know, do their part
and that aren't just rainbow washing products here in June.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But you'll be seeing a lot of trans pride flags
coming
from this family, this Pride, because this is my first Pride celebrating as trans. Yeah. So I feel like it's kind of my first Pride ever. It's kind of like cute. It's kind of like my birthday.
Your birthday is now March.
Yeah. My
but sure,
birthday.
June can also be your birthday. We'll celebrate you in December when you were born, in March when you were born again, and in June.
Yeah, and then probably July. There's probably something.
Our anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay, just all the celebrations every day, all day.
Every day.
Every day is Love My Life Day.
It really is. I meant to tell you when I woke up today. It was Love My Life Day.
Oh my gosh. I meant to tell you.
All right. Well, thank you for recapping with us and sitting with us and not getting annoyed by our fur babies playing Wild Man Supremes.
Yes. And our nighttime video after we've worked all day. And
yeah, we ran out of daylight today, so hopefully this lighting's okay. But we're happy to catch up with y'all, and as we're not going anywhere this week, we will be back on Thursday, as usual, as scheduled.
As scheduled.
But now we show you Kelsey's birthday in Seattle. So enjoy that, and we'll see you next week right here on Thursday.
Let us know if you have any questions.
All right, bye.
Again.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear my Bubba baby pumpkin noodle butt. Yay! Happy birthday to you.
Yay! I just lost that voice. We are in our car, in line for the ferry. We're the first people in line. We are in Anacortes, Washington.
Yep.
And we're getting on a ferry to go where?
Orcas Island. We're going to see orcas.
We're going to go see orca whales. We're so excited. We're taking a ferry, and then we're getting on a little boat, and we're going on a whale tour, and I have no doubt we're going to see orcas.
It's going to be pouring rain on us the whole time. And
worth it.
It's going to be so worth it. It's going to be freezing, and it's going to be so fun.
It's going to be so cool. We have extra clothes. We are going on a ferry with our vehicle, which is cool, and it says that we should stay in our vehicle the whole time. Which is interesting. I thought that we could get out and walk around. But...
You could, but I'm sure they encourage it just for social distancing. This is an experience.
We're so
figuring
excited.
all this out. Here's the thing: is this is our first time doing all this, but we're gonna get it down so we can bring our kids here and be pros by that point.
Yep, and see more whales.
Yeah.
So they said that right now, I guess, like, even the water borders are kind of closed off to Canada. So not all the whales are down here right now. Is that right?
I don't know, baby. We're going to see whales.
You
read one little thing, and now you're worried that you're not going to see whales. We're going to see so many whales.
So many whales.
They're out for your birthday.
Absolutely.
I told them we were coming.
They're like, happy birthday, Kelsey. We know that we are your favorite animal.
Yeah.
What is up?
Yep. All right, let's celebrate with the blowholes. Pew, pew, pew!
You're right. It's raining. It's okay.
Get used to it. Sugar plum.
It's a 16 buff in the dark.
Yeah. We are waiting at the marina, at the dock. We're about to get on.
I'm so
Are you so excited?
I'm freaking out. I cannot wait.
We thought it was going to be raining all day, and it's sunny.
Not.
So we're so excited. Yes. Perfect weather
I'm so excited.
to see lots of families of orcas.
I saw its blowhole first and then its tail. Oh my god.